My name is J.T. Borah,
And my name is Parker Polan.
and Parker and I have spent the last couple days here doing the 5-day chair. And so we're supposed to tell you about our experience. So Parker, why don't you start? You've done this before, haven't you?
I have done this. I believe it's my third go around at it. It's different every time. It's very interesting how the legislative process works next door, and JT got to learn the hard way how it works by staying here till about 3 in the morning on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. It was 3 in the morning on Wednesday. This is my first time to be a 5-day chair, and like Parker said, seeing the process, and I guess that's what everyone walks away from with this. But But what was interesting to me is, in the Tuesday night when I was here till 2 o'clock in the morning, actually, I was amazed at all the people that want to limit their liability. How many pieces of legislation that dealt with that just really blew me away. I knew that people were up here trying to limit their liability, but the number, which just floored me.
Yeah, just everything, that not only liability but damages. I mean, the biggest project that we worked on this week, I guess, was an insurance bill filed by Senator Taylor, and basically it will eliminate any cause of action for damages you would have on a first-party insurance claim.
The other thing that was interesting is the very first day up here, I sat in on a Senate hearing, and it was on the net worth issue, as whether net worth can come in determining exemplary damages. And so Brian Blevins testified, and a guy from TLR testified, and they were on the same panel. So then a second panel goes up, and Matt Gallagher, one of our esteemed members, got up there and just gave like a closing argument, and just sort of tore up the place. And I suspect that the TLR guy texted someone on the committee, because the committee chair says, I believe that TLR would like to come back and talk about this, how our lobbyists could meet them at every level, and how good they were, and how good our witnesses were in really countering all their arguments.
Yeah, it's amazing when you go and watch the committee hearings. I guess most people aren't really familiar with how the legislative process works to begin with, but anytime a bill is filed, it gets assigned to a committee, and there's public hearings over the bill, and the people that testify on behalf of TTLA are so much more prepared and articulate than the people that are testifying against us.
Now, here's the other thing that was interesting about this week. I am surprised that everyone that works at TTLA doesn't weigh 400 pounds.
That is one thing. I have not eaten dinner because there's breakfast and lunch when you get to do your 5-day chair. There's breakfast and lunch every day, and the food is...
Well, you know the chef.
Yeah, I went to high school with the chef.
Yeah, and the hamburgers today were like the size of your head.
Yeah, the hamburgers. So steaks are Tuesday, soul food is Wednesday, and burgers are Thursday. So
yeah,
you get that to look forward to if you become a 5-day chair.
Right, and so that's and then there's chocolate cake.
Oh, and Brian Blevins and Mark Kincaid and Mike Gallagher, and I'm sure I've overlooked others, but that
Brian Pope was here this week.
Yeah, and they take all this time away from their practice. They set it aside to put consumers' interest first, which is pretty amazing. And I guess we made a time commitment for a week, but that's the least we could do after watching how hard these guys work. I think.
Yeah. I don't want to fail to mention Jay Harvey either.
Oh yeah, Jay.
He's working on legislation, and these are guys who don't do 5-day chair, but they're up here like all the time.
Right.
It's amazing. We really appreciate their work.